Good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Stories. It's the doctor. Hey, everybody. Don't forget to share the live video on your page. Thank you very much. Let's see. Edit live video. Nope, don't want to do that. Mr. Redmond and yo. I guess you're over at Darren's celebrating your birthday. Yeah, everybody say happy birthday to Mr. Redmond, aka Mr. Hypnotic. Happy birthday, sir, and many more. Let's see, what do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? Stream setup. Close questions, dashboard options. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I got my sandwich. Boom, boom, mm, mm, mm. A love of your own. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. From one of my favorite albums of all time, at least by them. Name of the album was called Soul Searching. It's AWB, Average White Band, and A Love of Your Own. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, with bedtime stories, reminding you. Here's a reminder from the doctor's desk. Continue to wear your mask. Continue to practice social distancing. Continue to do all of that, and you will continue to live. It's just that simple. Until you've had the vaccine, please, 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 James Brown, 1955, please wear your mask. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And we'll be straight after that. All right. Coming up in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. That's 4 songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. If you have one in mind, leave it here on Facebook, or you can always email me at alpgreer@gmail.com. You're the Stylistics on Bedtime Stories. Boo-ha-ha. Boo-ha-ha. Michelle, Pamela, happy cake day. Happy birthday to Betty Turner. Happy birthday, Mama Betty. How are you, Michelle? Good to see you, as always. It's good to see everybody. Kedrick Maybon, my man, 20 grand. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Bedtime Story Show. Once again, don't forget to share the live video, all right? And once again, happy birthday. I'm good. I'm good now. I found something to eat. I found me something to eat, so I'm good. Yep. Good to see you guys this evening. Once again, don't forget to share the live video on your pages, all right? Michelle, you still owe me lunch, even though you sent me some lunch money, but yeah. Look at my head. Oh, my goodness. Ooh. And salmon croquettes. You know I love salmon croquettes. Janine, what's going on? Janine Lee Jefferson. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. As always, I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Once again, you know, I really appreciate you guys for joining me. You could be doing anything right now. Of course, I can't see you if you're doing something, but you know, if you if you if you'd like, you know, you can always you know, go to Messenger. Not that you want me peeking in on your action, you know. I know you all are probably saying he's always eating on the air. Yep. Better than it's better that I eat or I fall out. Now it's up to you, y'all. I'll be knocked out. And I got coffee tonight, so I will not fall asleep. Yep. Hey, Latanya. Latanya Lynn Garrett. Hey, Latanya, how are you? Janine says she's working. Well, you keep the same hours that I do, Janine. You work. You always working, aren't you? No more left. Oh, boo, boo. You know I like salmon croquettes. Stop playing. You know I love salmon croquettes. Well, if you didn't know, now you know. Baby, baby. Now you know. Mm-mm. I love salmon croquettes. I am good. I'm good. How are you, Latanya? Over there at La Rabita, no doubt. All right. Big ups to everybody over at La Rabita, all the nurses, all you angels of mercy. I love you guys. I truly do. Uh, but yeah, I'm good. I can't complain. There's nothing to complain about. Yeah. You are welcome, Latanya. You are so welcome. Like I said, you angels of mercy. It's like I really, yeah, I got it. Yep. Thank you. It's, yeah, I just got it, Michelle. Thank you, baby. It's just, my heart goes out to you all. You all are the true unsung heroes of this whole, you know, this whole pandemic. And you all have been on the front line. And I just appreciate you guys, everybody at La Rabita, everybody at Mercy Hospital, um, everybody over at Provident that I know. And of course, everybody at Stroger, I love you guys. You know I do. Because you all work with a very special person that I know so well. So I just love, love, love La Rabita and John Stroger Hospital. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. That's one of those songs that kind of sticks in your head. I've been singing it all day. I have, really. Yeah, put a message in a bottle, baby. Make that bottle Apple Crown Royal. That's the bottle I want. I will definitely get that message. Atlantic Star and send for me right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Saying hello to Latanya Lynn Garrett, also to Michelle Grasker. Thank you so much for checking in, ladies. And like I was saying earlier about those ladies who work at the different hospitals that I associate with. Mercy is one of them, which will be closing soon. That's where Lady G was working. Everybody over at Stroger, everybody at La Rabida. I feel for you guys. I really do. And every day that goes by, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about you guys. You all are on the front line during this this pandemic. And it just really, it's scary. I know it's scary for you guys, but it's scary for me because I know you all. And I really feel for you guys that have to be there every day and, put up a brave face. It's like either you go to work or you don't have a job. And they really need you guys. They really need you guys. All the nurses, all the doctors, everybody. I appreciate what you do. If nobody else tells you, I appreciate what it is that you guys do. And I just pray that you all are safe every day because we're hearing about people passing on because of this pandemic. We heard about the comedian who was on Windy City Live. She passed. I forgot her name. Faye was her first name. But she will surely be missed. He said she went over to Jamaica to escape the coronavirus. And it got her. It got her. Rest in peace, Faye. It's Al Greer. This is Basic Black and Special Kind of Food. Oh, Lord. Supporting your bartender right now. I heard that. Janine. Juicy B. Supporting your bartender right now. Okay, Daryl, what does she look like? That's what I want to know. If you're supporting this bartender, she must be quite a looker. I know you wouldn't be supporting no guy. So I know. Erica Faye Watson, thank you. Thank you, Sheila. Yep, I couldn't think of her name. All I could think of is her middle name, which is Faye. But Erica Faye Watson. Wow. I saw her a couple of times on Windy City Live. She's very funny. And she came down to VON one day. She was on with Art Chat Daddy Sims. So, yep, I got a chance to see her then and her multicolored hair. But beautiful young lady. It's just a tragedy. Just a tragedy, I just wish she had gotten the vaccine before, making our transition. She was so young. And, everybody is broken up about it. Everybody. as I am too. Like I said, I wasn't that close to her, but I got a chance to meet her, and I felt her spirit. So, that's that's as close as I got to her. I felt her spirit. So, you know, it's just a heartbreaker. It really is. Yeah, just a heartbreaker. Once again, Daryl, what does this bartender look like? That's what I want to know. And knowing you, if she's got open-toed shoes on, you're probably trying to look at her feet. Mm. Mm. And there went my sandwich. I've been on this health kick, right? Where all I've been eating is, hoagies and steak sandwiches. Hoagies can't make you fat unless you eat a whole bunch of them. And usually I eat like a half a hoagie and I'm full. Yeah. Janine. Yeah, it's hard to get an appointment, when you're the wrong color. you know, when you are when you're colored, it's hard to get an appointment for some strange reason to get your shot. But once again, once you are able to, go get your shot. Please do. You know, I was watching Wendy Williams the other day, and I saw her show, and she had Dr. Oz on her show, and Oz asked her, are you getting the shot? She said no. She said, not that I'm not telling you guys not to get it, but I'm not going to get it. And she never explained exactly why she was dead set against getting the shot. She never mentioned that. And I just, because I don't care what you guys say about Wendy. They tease me all the time. They're like, Wendy was a man, right? I'm like, but Wendy had a baby. Men can't have babies. Men don't have reproductive systems where they can have babies. Nobody, nobody believes me. They're like, yeah, right. She adopted that boy. No, I don't think so. Just because her middle name is Joe, Wendy Joe Williams. Yeah. But yep, she said she was not going to get the shot. And I was a little shaken by that. I really was, because and as a talk show host, she's not, how can I put it, we're all held accountable for what we do and what we say, our actions on the radio. So, yeah, on radio and television. And when Wendy said she wasn't doing it, but she said, you know, emphatically, don't do what I do, you know, because I say I'm not going to get it. And I appreciated that. I'm like, okay, Wendy, there you go. You know, she was just giving her opinion. And she said she wasn't going to do it. And I respect her for that. But now I'm just curious as to, you know, why she isn't getting it. You know, what does she know that we don't know? Okay. I mean, everyone has gotten it, from the president to the vice president to everybody. Everyone has gotten their shot. You know, Jesse Jackson got his, you know, and the list goes on and on. So maybe there's a reason why Wendy doesn't want to get it, but she's not saying what the reason is. So, but it just makes me scared, because I would hate to lose Wendy now. I'd lose my mind. Angie Bofield, and this time I'll be sweeter, right here on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, keeping you company with Bedtime Stories. Hello to Captain Daryl Owens, the captain. I'm the doctor, he's the captain. So, but anyway, he's supporting his favorite bartender. And knowing Daryl, she must be a fine one. That's all I got to say. Supporting your bartender. Yep, she must be a fine one. Make sure you go ahead and send me a picture of your bartender, I'm sorry, Captain Owens. Anyway, we were talking about earlier offline. I was watching Wendy Williams the other day, and she had Dr. Oz on her show, and she said that she was not taking the vaccine. She wasn't taking the shot. But she said to everyone else, if you're going to take it, then you go right ahead. She said, but she's not going to take it. And, you know, I gotta respect her for that. You know, maybe she knows something we don't know, right? Here's Jerry Butler and Brenda Lee Eager. This is Ain't Understanding Mellow on Bedtime Stories. Oh. Mm-mm. So Daryl just sent me a picture of the bartender person. I'm like, okay, now you continue to support her. There you go. I ain't mad at you, sir. You know, I ain't mad at you. You know, somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. And you go right ahead. Uh, she doesn't know anything. She's Angie, my sister said she's not exactly stable. Juicy B. Janine, yeah, out of all Jerry Butler songs, this is definitely my favorite. It's definitely my favorite. Yeah. I love Why you say that Wendy isn't stable? Maybe, okay. She's been going through she's been going through some things lately, you know, uh, which she went through in her movie or biopic. And I thought, and I've said this before, I thought the young lady that played Wendy, she became Wendy. You know, um, she embodied everything Wendy is. So it looked like she pretty much channeled Wendy in the movie, and a great movie it was. I gotta say this, it was a great movie. I didn't too much care for, or first of all, it wasn't done in New York and Philadelphia and all the places that Wendy had been. It was all filmed in Canada. So, and all the radio stations that were depicted in there, it was like two or three. None of them were real radio stations. I guess they kind of used office space, and all of the radio station scenes they were just a little phony to me. They were kind of phony to me. How so? Um, in a real radio station, there's a board that we have, and none of those were radio station boards. Those were all mixing boards that you would use for live sound. So nothing about that was real. So yeah. Wendy won't stay. Wendy won't stay on her meds. Oh. Angie, you can say whatever you want to. This is an open forum. You can say whatever you want to say about Wendy Williams. But bear in mind, your brother loves Wendy Williams, okay? I love Wendy Williams. I don't care what folks say about Wendy Williams, whether she was a man at birth or whatever. Yep. No tea tonight, Janine. Yep. I wonder why it was filmed in Canada. Her movie was filmed in Canada because of COVID restrictions. So every day that they went to work, they had to get their temperature checked. They had to do this, they had to do that, social distancing, the whole thing. So that was the reason why it wasn't recorded or filmed in New York. They had to, use, caution to finish the movie. So, yeah. On TV1 network back in 2019, I saw this old show called Soul. Jerry Butler and the young lady was performing Ain't Understanding Mellow. Yeah, I vaguely remember that show. I saw, no tea tonight. I'm drinking coffee. But I vaguely remember this show called Soul. And I forgot the name. The guy that was hosting it. He was, I guess, the first gay black TV host. Whatever. Um, and it's like, for the life of me, I can't remember this show. It was probably on Channel 11. That's what I'm thinking, because it looked like that type of show where, you know, it was one of those low budget shows, I guess you could say that. There was a show on Channel 11, and I'm not sure if we're talking about the same show, but the show on Channel 11 featured, and I can't think of the name of it, but it featured Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea together, and they were playing some of their tunes. Who else was on this show? The Spinners were on there, on that show. Soundstage, that was the name of it. Soundstage on Channel 11, and the Spinners were on that show. As a matter of fact, their album cover, the first album they did for Atlantic, was taken in Chicago on that particular show called Soundstage. The Princess Aaliyah and One in a Million right here on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, keeping you company with the greatest love songs of all time. Hello to Sheila Forrest, who's watching me right now on YouTube. I have my YouTube channel all set up for you guys, okay? As well as StreamYard and Facebook Live. Thank you so much. We were talking about Wendy Williams earlier, and we said that, or I said that Wendy was on TV. She was with Dr. Oz, and Dr. Oz was trying to convince her to take the shot for the pandemic, right? And she would not give a reason as to why she did not want to take it. Now, I respect her opinion and everything. I respect Wendy. Y'all know me. You know, I love me some Wendy Williams. I don't care what you guys say about her. You know, Wendy was a man. I'm like, when? When? Wendy had a baby. You know, if you watch Wendy's movie, she had several miscarriages until she was able to carry the full term. But even then, she had to stay at home. And, you know, they did not want her to take any time off. So they said, well, we'll bring the radio station to you. I was like, oh. So they hung the mic over the bed and she would, you know, broadcast from her house, you know, which is kind of cool because that's what I'm doing right now. It's Bedtime Stories. Come on, Wendy, take the shot with us. Come on. Come on, Wendy. Come on, Wendy. Here's Love Jones from Brighter Side of Darkness on Bedtime Stories. Take the shot, Anime. Take the shot. Lawrence Lanier said, she's still my girl. The shot will make, oh, DJ Coach, what's going on? My brother from another mother. What's going on, stranger? DJ Coach. The shot will make her relapse. Yeah, I guess with all the medication that she's on, yeah. But back to the movie. I enjoyed it. I really did. I really enjoyed the movie, except for those scenes where they were depicting radio stations that didn't, you know, The real radio stations did exist, but they weren't. Those weren't the radio stations. They had to recreate them, I guess. And like I said, they used the same type of board that I'm using, which is a recording board. It's not a broadcast board. Let me show you the difference. Okay. Like, for instance, this is a broadcasting board or recording board, whichever. In the movie, they were using these. This is for sound. Oops, not anymore. Yeah. So, yeah. So now you know. Chilling. What you say? What you say? Bad humor. Make a relapse. Yeah. Okay. See, I don't care what y'all say about Wendy. I love me some Wendy Williams. She is, the reason being because, and don't take this the wrong way. The white folks got, Howard Stern. We have Wendy Williams because Wendy is the queen of all media, television, radio, and she's been in the movies. As a matter of fact, she's been in 2 different movies, correct? Maybe 3. Maybe I didn't see the 3rd one, but she was in the movie, the Steve Harvey movie. She was in another movie, and that was it. And of course, her own biopic, which was good because we got to see her at the end. But I gotta say that she is very talented. I don't care what nobody else says. For her to get away with what she's gotten away with, where most radio stations would fire you for what you say on the air because they don't want to pay the fines. And that's one of the reasons why wait a minute, that's not what I want. There we go. That was a bad copy. Anyway, with all the stuff that Howard Stern got away with, and you know why he got away with saying some of the stuff on the radio. Wendy was just the wrong color. Her riff with Whitney Houston is legendary. I mean, legendary. So, don't don't tell me nothing bad about Wendy, or Wendell as you all call it. Yep. I wish her the best. Thank you, Janine. She does speak her mind. She said she's just special. She is. She is. And I remember when she was going through what she was going through with the husband. You could tell on TV. I don't know if anybody else could tell, but when she became a hot topic herself, she was not too happy about it. And you could tell, some days she was just sliding through the day just to, but she's always been She's always been real, and that's it. The only time she was phony was when she was going through her stuff with her baby daddy, as I call him. So that's it. But everything else before that, she was good, you know. And we love her for it. I'm a Wendy fan. I don't care what y'all say about her. And what is that? Where are my commercials? I oh, there they go. I hear you. Whatever you all say about her, I hear you. But I have to say that um, she's very talented. I mean, in that movie that she did with Steve Harvey, where she played Kevin Hart's wife, I loved it. I don't care what you said. She did a great job, considering she's never acted before. But she put on that smooth voice. Come on home, Big Daddy. I was like, ooh. I thought she was talking to me there for a minute. But we love Wendy. We love Wendy around here. Yep. She's a lamb. He was a ravenous wolf with rat teeth. Woo. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Yes, he was. And she didn't deserve any of that. She basically took care of him. Because I don't even recall him even having a job. Eric Benet and Tamia, and spend my life with you. I would love that. The rest of my life will be the best of my life. It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. We're talking about Wendy Williams again tonight. Yes, I know. Just leave it alone, Al. Just leave it alone. I just love me some Wendy. And earlier I was watching some of the clips from her show, and she said she wasn't getting the vaccine. And that kind of disturbed me. I hope she changes her mind about that. I really do. But anyway, if she does, that's cool. If she doesn't, that's cool too. We're WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, and WorldVibeRadio.com, all wrapped up into one with Bedtime Stories, which is sponsored by
Portions of Bedtime Stories with Dr. Al Greer are brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile, empowering you to rule your day.
That's right. T-Mobile up in here with your Dr. Al Greer and Herb Alpert. A little help from Lisa Keith and Janet Jackson. This is Making Love in the Rain. I don't care where you do it. The rain, snow, that could be kind of cold. Might get snow up yo, you know what. It's Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Yep, I would not advise making love in the snow. Yes. No, that might be kind of chilly there. Yeah. Snow all up the bum, as they call it. But she says she is the vaccine. Kevin should have wore lifts. Oh no. Mm-mm. Yep, I cannot believe how much of a jerk he was. You know, I really, I really can't. I just, Thank you, Biggs. Let me not talk too much and too loud because you know what happens when I say stuff. People take it to heart and they run back and tell people and stuff. Yeah. But anyway, go back and tell folks what I said. Yeah, tell them. Yeah, make sure you tell them what I said and what I didn't say. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Ken? My brother from another mother. But I got to say this, and I hope she's listening. I hope you're listening. I can't get any closer to the camera because then I'll run over the mic. But anyway, Dinah Lynn Biggs, I love you. And you can take that any way you want to. Dinah Lynn and I have been friends forever. We both got our start out in Gary. We were both at WLTH. At that time, she was using the name Yvonne Biggs because we already had a Dana Lynn. Dana Lynn was the music director of WLTH. Whew. Dana Lynn Huskinson, um, who was a student at South Shore High School. She went to school with me and Bob Coleman. You guys probably don't remember Bob Coleman. He was a big thing back in the day out in Gary, you know. But yeah, he was the man back then. And Dinah Lynn and I were just getting our feet wet at the radio station, and that's it. And we've just always been friends. I've spent the night at her house, read stories to a little girl who is now a grown woman with little girls of her own. And people have always said this about us. Uh, yeah, I know that's your friend, but you know, she is my friend. She is my friend like Daryl Owens is my friend. Okay? And I'm going to leave it at that. Daryl used to take me to work to WLTH back in the day to work with my friend, Dinah Lynn. We're just friends. People have tried to link us romantically. I'm like, oh, isn't that sweet? And I thank you, you know, not taking anything away from her. She is a beautiful lady. But that's it. We used to meet for lunch. I don't know if she remembers that, but we used to meet for lunch, like right in the middle. She worked in Gary, I worked in Chicago, so we would always, we would meet for lunch out in Lansing. I never will forget that. And we love each other madly. I mean, she asked me to be the DJ at her wedding. I was like, sure, okay. So that shows you, what a friend. Because if I were an ex-boyfriend or something like that, would I have DJ'd her wedding reception? Probably not. No, you marrying the wrong person. You supposed to be marrying me. So that's it. What you said, Gordon Keith too? Yep, Gordon Keith. I was so hurt behind that, behind his death. Gordon Keith was a wealth of knowledge, is what he was. He was a wealth of knowledge. He helped nurture the Jackson Five, and then it was almost like they were ripped from his loins. Ow, that hurts. Yeah, Gordon Keith was a great guy. I don't care what anybody said. They said some mean stuff about him when he passed, and I don't even want to repeat it because some of the stuff I don't even remember. But they said some real, whether he did it or not, or said it or not, okay, I get it. But I will say this: he was, I never had any problems with Gordon Keith. He was always a good guy as far as I was concerned. Yep. Gordon and I never fell out about anything. We were all, we were always good. We were always good. Beverly. Oh, that's from last night. My bad. Oh, there we go. But yeah, Gordon Keith and I never had any problems. As a matter of fact, towards the end, he was trying to. He had copies of Big Boy, which is the original record that Jackson 5 made. He had copies of that he wanted to sell. Original 45s, original pressings and stuff. People thought he was crazy, but he wasn't that crazy. He recognized talent and was the first person to record Michael Jackson and his brothers. So he couldn't have been that crazy, all right? Yep. He couldn't have been that crazy. The song that got a whole bunch of men in trouble. Babyface. As soon as I get home. I'm going to wash your clothes. I'm going to cook your dinner too, as soon as I get home from work. All the men, when they heard that song, they were like, "No, man, you you throwing us all under the bus because men don't cook, we don't clean, we don't like to wash clothes, we don't like to do anything but sit around and be the king, or at least trying to be the king." And my thing is, if you want to be the king, then you have to take care of the queen. It's just like a chess game. The king covers the queen. That's it. What else can I say? The king covers the queen. And that's it. If you act like a king, then she's going to treat you like such, like a queen, like a king. But if you act otherwise, then yeah. If you act like a queen, she going to treat you like that too. Dear Peanut Butter Brother Al Greer, this is Bedtime Stories with Blue Magic and Chasing Rainbows. That's right. If you treat her like a queen, she's going to treat you like a king. That's it. That's all. Will Downing. Yes, I guess we could do Will Downing for foreplay. Do we have 4 songs by Will Downing? Why, as a matter of fact, we do. I'm trying to remember now where I was when this lady said, "I bet you don't have no Will Downing." I'm like, "I bet you I do." I love it when people challenge me like that. "I bet you don't have this song." I bet you I do. I bet you don't have no Jill Scott. I bet you I do. I wish I had Jill Scott. Anyway, that's another story. In the Naked City. In the words of Sam Chapman, there are a million stories out there in the Naked City. And I I enjoy talking to him. It's like I'm jumping from subject to subject. But I enjoy talking to Sam Chapman. Out of all the interviews that I've ever done with, not to say Uncle Sam ain't famous, but of all of the conversations that I've had with famous people, I think one of the best interviews I ever did was with Sam Chapman. Why? It was probably the easiest. Most interviews that I've ever done with other people, it's always been, well, you can't ask them this and you can't ask them that. No. I'm like, okay, so you can't ask them personal questions or questions that they choose not to answer, which are personal questions. Case in point, Robin Givens. She had just gotten away from Mike Tyson, and she did not want to talk about him. She had a movie out called A Rage in Harlem, and she did not want to talk about Mike Tyson, and that was it. So I had to dance around the subject. You know, she had been on Barbara Walters and everything else, and she did not want to talk about that ninja. I was like, okay. And that was it. So I had to, dance around the questions. I had to edit my questions. So that was it. But with Sam Chapman, it was like anything goes. He answered every question. Some of the some of the questions he answered, and although it was on the radio, there were certain questions that he answered with facial expressions. If the questions got a little too personal, he'd go, like, okay. Did I strike a nerve? You'd be like, you don't want to know. Okay. But like I said, it was one of the best interviews I ever did. And I never told him that. So I wanted to go to his head. But that was one of the best interviews that I'd ever done. And that was Sam Chapman. Yep, A Rage in Harlem with Forrest Whitaker. Yep. What is the name of the song by Will Downing and Rachel Farrell or Rochelle Farrell? It's called Nothing Has Ever Felt Like This, which I'm going to play along with Will Downing's set. Yep. It's called Nothing Has Ever Felt Like This, Sheila Forrest. Of course, you all can't see Sheila Forrest's questions and answers because she's off Facebook. Yeah, she's on. Are you still on Facebook, Punishment? They said for what, 60 days, 90 days, something like that? Oh, baby. Little Anthony, the Imperials, and help me find a way to say I love you right here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, thank you so much for joining us as always. Sheila Forrest, thank you for checking me out over on YouTube because she's on Facebook punishment. She's in Facebook jail. That's okay. She can still communicate with us. She can still see questions and answers and all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you guys. Anyway, coming up in our last hour, we're going to do foreplay, 4 songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. And we already have, our foreplay artist tonight. And it comes from my sister, Angie Turner Martin Turner. Here's Boys to Men. I'll make love to you for 5 minutes straight and sleep for about 3 hours or so. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. I'm just kidding. This is Bedtime Stories. The candle lights. Let's on you. We just said, get it right. Call the bailiff and ask for me. Oh, no. Here's your night. Do you tell me to? Be right back, guys. Talk amongst yourselves, please.
All right.
Aha! Look what I got. Fish nibblers from White Castle. Yeah, like I need some fried food at the end of the night. Yeah. Fried food. Yeah. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah. Sheila Forrest, you're not alone. a lot of people have been put in the Facebook jail as of recently. Actually, right before the election. Right before the election and right after of course, the election. Once the election was over, and then we had to wait to see, you know, once they were sworn in. Yeah. But it was like that. You know, Lady G was one of them. She made a comment. She made a comment on Facebook. I'm like, whoo. So, I got fish nibblers from White Castle. I love them, and they're non-fattening, non-fattening. Yep. Yep. I'm back. Oh, you got some sliders? No, I don't have any sliders. No. And let me tell you why. I can't eat them anymore. I can't. As much as I love sliders, I can't eat them like I used to. I just can't. And I love them. When I say I love sliders, I love sliders. I can't eat them. Mm-mm. I can eat everything else in White Castle. I can eat their little chicken sandwiches. I can eat their plant-based, meatless sandwiches. Of course, the fish sandwiches. Of course, the fish nibblers. The cheese sticks. But it's something about those White Castles now that tear me up as I've gotten older. They just don't settle well in my stomach anymore. Yeah. So, yeah, I choose. And as a kid, that's all we ate. When my mom didn't feel like cooking, Dad would always go out and he would say, "You want WC tonight?" And we knew what that meant, We're like, "Oh, sure, yeah." Sheila said my limit was 4 regular sliders and 2 double cheeseburgers. That's it. My thing was that I didn't eat what everybody else ate. Everybody else had sliders, cheeseburgers. This is before they came out with the double cheeseburgers. So everybody was eating, sliders but me. It was, what was it, 20 sliders and 4 fish. That was for me. And that was it. Don't forget about the pink lemonade. I know, right? Yep. I loved it. I loved it so much that when I got off work, when I was working at GCI, they would have my order ready for me because they knew about what time I was going to pull into the drive-thru. It was like they were listening to me. They're like, "Oh, get this number 2 ready." Name of the group is called Brainstorm. This must be heaven right here on Bedtime Stories. with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, keeping you company with the greatest love songs of all time, where we put you to bed but never to sleep, right here on Bedtime Stories. Hello to Jewel Carrington. Thank you so much, sir, for holding me down each and every night on Bedtime Stories, as well as the other show, The B-Sides. I appreciate you, sir, so much. Also appreciate Sheila Forrest, who is in Facebook jail. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that you're in Facebook jail, sweetheart. I am so sorry. But it happens to the best of us. We've all been in Facebook jail one time or another. Depending on what we have done, we have been in Facebook jail many times. Lady G was in Facebook jail for a while. So, Sheila, you're in good company. If you said something that you felt that you were right in saying, and freedom of speech is not always free. So, yeah. But like I said, you're in good company. If you said something that Facebook did not agree with, then 9 times out of 10, you were damn right. So, and they just didn't like it. In the words of Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men, you can't handle the truth. For Miss Delicious, here's Jay Blackfoot on Bedtime Stories. And seasons may go, 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 go. Fall from the sky. It's Miss Delicious, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody say hi to Miss Delicious. I'm sorry, Kimberly Bell. Now, you're going to have to change that back now, and it's interesting. Her profile picture, she's got me cropped out of it. She got me cropped out of her profile picture. I'm like, ain't that something? Anyway, like that's cute, but thank you. Won't be long enough. But once again, people, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, White Castles. I know why they call them sliders now, because they slide right through you. Yes, they do. Yep. Mm-mm. Just one lifetime. So I guess we're doing Will Downing tonight in and foreplay because my sister wants to hear Will Downing. So it's cool. Just one lifetime. Oh, I forgot to put my little banner up there. Wait a minute now. Where's my banner? There must be a banner. There it is. You're welcome, Angie. Sheila Forrest said, need to find me a husband or a pending fiance. I hear you, honey. I hear you. She said, or a pending fiance. Said either or will do, right? Said either one will do. Well, most of the time, people will get with somebody in the wintertime just to stay warm. And then when it gets warm outside, then they ditch them. you know, you're like, okay, you served your purpose. You kept me warm all winter. Now it's time for you to go back to wherever you came from. And that's it. Yep, that's how they do it. Thank you, Sheila. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, you can't see her comment, and I won't show it to you either. That's between me and Sheila. Ooh, yeah. Cocktail sauce. What? Oh, hot sauce. Okay, there we go. All righty. That's what I'm talking about. Hot sauce. Yummy. Now it's time to throw down. Sheila Forrest said, I'm nobody's fur coat. I'm for all seasons. I know that's right. That's why I only dated big girls back in the day. Shade in the summertime and heat in the wintertime. Yep, you can't tell me nothing about no big girl. Like, oh man, you like them fat broads. You're like, mm-hmm. Call them what you want. Yep. But they They hate to eat alone. I tell you. You know, they hate to eat alone. So I don't care what you all say. You like them fat girls, don't you, Al? What happened back in the day when you was smaller? Did they like roll over on you and smother you? Like, nope. You try to roll over on me, I'll roll back. Mm-hmm. I roll back. Mmm. This reminds me of another place that my dad used to go to. Remember Lawrence's Fishery down on Canal? Yep. Wash her down with some good old water. My mom loved shrimp, so my dad would always get her a pound and a half of shrimp. I would get a excuse me, pound of fish chips. He would get the smoked fish. And what did my little brother eat? Oh, he had a bottle. That's how young he was. Yep, he had a bottle. And to this day, yep, he still has a bottle. Nothing has changed since 1964. Still a bottle. But yeah, Dad used to go down to Lawrence's Fishery because they were open 24/7, and she would go. He would go rather, and get his wife a pound and a half of shrimp. That's the way he was, because she didn't have to cook every night, so he would, you know, do the cooking for her. Angelique, Wanda Abrams, Brianna, Bree. Now, I guess I can hear the resemblance between her voice and Nancy Wilson. That's Marlena Shaw. And Go Away, Little Boy. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Najila, also to Wanda Abrams, my brother from another mother, Pastor Tyrone Handy Sr., and my daughter, Brianna. Thank you so much for checking us out here on Bedtime Stories. We do appreciate it. And of course, last but never least, Miss Delicious, aka Kimberly Ann Bell Greer. All of that. All of them. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Bedtime Stories. Nigella wanted to know what I was eating. Well, I am feasting on some tasty fish nibblers from White Castle. Of course, they're not a sponsor, at least not yet. They will be soon if I eat enough of them. Brianna just said Greer. Yes, that's what I said. Yeah. What did I say? Kimberly Ann Bell Greer. Greer. Okay. She's still a Greer. And as a matter of fact, when I call Stroger Hospital, she answers the phone. This is Mrs. Greer. I'm like, ooh. I get all warm and fuzzy when I hear that. Anyway, foreplay coming up in about 16 minutes right here on Bedtime Stories. Here's Shirley. Barbara, this is Shirley on Bedtime Stories. This is Woman to Woman. Barbara, this is Shirley. Barbara, this is Shirley. Ah. Ah. Yep, I'm eating fish nibblers because that's the only thing I can eat from White Castle without getting sick. Well, I can eat the hamburgers every now and then, but everything else on the menu, I'm good to go. Lawrence Fisheries was good, and so is Goose Island. I love Goose Island shrimp. You know, they're good. What can I say? Goose Island has the best shrimp. And I'm wondering, Nigella, are they still open? I don't know, but Goose Island has the best shrimp. Jumbo shrimp, which is, jumbo shrimp. Yeah. hmm But yep, those are some of the best. Some of the absolute best. The bestesses. Yep. So Brianna said, not better than the Sugar Shack. You're absolutely right. Never. They're good, but they ain't that good. I know. Trust me. Um, yep, they are not as good as the Sugar Shack. I will, and I remember, I, I remember taking a certain person every morning to Le Cordon Bleu. It was like a routine. I would take them, pick them up, take them to work, pick them up from work. That was my routine every day. On top of taking the boy to school. Um, the fact that we had to leave so early because she had like the early classes. They have those real early classes for people that work. So, right before, I forgot what time it was, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. But this was way before, you had to be at work. And it was just interesting because we only had one car at that time. 6 a.m., that's right. So I had to drop her off, take the boy to school, but it was too early because school didn't start until like 8 o'clock. So after I dropped her off at what was 6 o'clock in the morning, we had to wait for them to open the school. So, and I never will forget this. Ahmad and I had to sleep outside of the school. So we'd let the seats back and run the heat, and we would go to sleep in front of the school. Yep. Those were the days. Goose Island is still open. Okay, cool. Under the tracks on the west side at Lake and Francisco. Okay, well, they're still open. Cool. But yeah, me and the boy had to sleep in front of the school in the car with the heat on, with the seats back every morning. And then I had to pick him up and pick the mama up. So that was my routine. That was my routine every morning because I had no job, so I had no excuse. And that's how it was every morning. She had to be at school. He had to be at school, and I had nowhere else to go. So that was it. I don't know what made me think of that. I guess today, when I took him to one of his basketball games. Yeah, early, yeah. Until I got sick, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that was early in the morning. Early. It was still dark outside when we left. Um, but by the time I got home, it was daylight. And I would, take a nap and get up and do it all over again. I had to go back and get him from school, get her from work, bring everybody back home. That was my routine. And that was it. Ah, yes, good times. Yep. She said I was at the hospital every single hour. Yeah, I was. Barbara, Shirley, Barbara. Barbara Mason, Shirley Brown. Woman to woman, and from his woman to you, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to my daughter, Brianna, who's on right now watching me, her daddy, on Facebook Live. And we were reminiscing about when Mrs. Greer had to go to um, La Cordon Bleu, and we had one vehicle. And here was the story. I had to have her at work or at school at 6 o'clock in the morning. Had to have him at school at 8. So in between there, Ahmad and I, my son, and I would sleep in front of the school until school opened. So I'd have to keep the car running so we could stay warm, so we wouldn't get hypothermia waiting for the school to open. And that was it. That's when she had a Jeep Compass. I remember that. Yeah. But those were good times. Those were good times, I'll tell you. And yep, I had to pick her up from the hospital. And I remember, well, she works at Stroger. And I remember one day it rained. And I went to pick her up. I jumped out of the car with an umbrella. And you should have seen the look on some of those people's faces. They're like, what is he doing? What is going on here? Yes, that's right. I jumped out of the car, pulled out the umbrella until she got in the car. Talk about people rolling their eyes and some of the, man, if looks could kill, we'd have both been dead in front of the hospital. that he just scooped us up and brought us back to life. But anyway, coming up after this one, we're going to do the foreplay on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. This is I Really Love You. Love you. Mm. You've got me. I really love you. I really love you. Nigella, I've been going there Moons on Western. The best ham and egg and cheese sandwich and corned beef sandwiches. Okay. You know, and it's interesting because we are known, meaning Chicago, is known for having some of the best food. We have Harold's Chicken, Italian beefs, Chicago style hot dogs and Polishes. What else are we famous for? Oh, deep dish pizza. We have the best deep dish pizza out of LA and New York and wherever. And it's a Italian beef. Did I say Italian beef? Italian beef from Al's. Or if you are on the southwest side of the city, there's a place called Fat Albert's, and Fat Albert's has some, man, their beef is the best. Yeah, theirs is the best. Uncle Remus is better. Yeah, Uncle Remus, Chicago style. What is it? Chicago chicken and waffles, which was Roscoe's at one time. But of course, they had to change it because that name was already taken. So, yep, Chicago chicken and waffles, which I've been several times. What is my other favorite place to eat is what's the seafood place that used to be? Oh, why can't I think of it right now? Because I'm trying to think about it. That's what it is. But it'll come to me. It's out in Lansing now. And we used to go out there. I know, Fat Albert's, yes. Yes. That was quick. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, I really love you. Yes, I do. It's Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, and World Vibe Radio out of Phoenix, Arizona. I think that's where they are right now. Thank you to Dinah Lynn Biggs for carrying my show, as well as Gerald Anthony Kelly, my sister and my brother. I appreciate you guys. And of course, this show is brought to you by Now We Are Official. And yes, we have a sponsor. After all these years of doing this show for free, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And it is time for foreplay. This gentleman seems like he's been singing forever. so long that I remember when the man had hair. Yeah, that's how long ago it's been. I remember, did I ever interview him? I think I did. I might have, or might have just met him. But he has one of those voices that if I could sing, I would sound like him because he has that romantic voice. Unlike Barry White, his is a little deeper than his, but he did cover a Barry White song. But flat out, he's one of the best singers that I've heard in a long time. The voice of romance is what I call him. And his name is Will Downing. This is him along with Gerald Albright. Originally done by Phyllis Hyman. This is No One Can Love You More. It is time for foreplay right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. No one can tell me that I'm pretending. You moved off the west side at 16? Really? Really? Grand skate on Laramie and Madison. Man, y'all are talking about all the great places to chow down. Yep. Boston's Beef on Grand and Chicago. See, I'm not that versed on the west side as you guys are, you know? Let me see here. Nah, I don't want that. There we go. All right, that's a little better. Yep. I didn't grow up on the west side. I grew up on the south side. So I grew up with places like, White Castle. There weren't too many. Oh, there were a lot of soul food restaurants on the south side. Gladys's, Isola's, Soul Queen, Queen of the Sea, those type places. But Daryl Cameron, have you heard of a guy named Captain Scott? Daryl Cameron, you are a nut. You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. Oh, I'm funny, huh? How am I funny? How am I funny? Am I here to amuse you? Like a clown, huh? Army and Lose, yes, 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 Nodular, yes. Army and Lose, and they're all closed. Isola herself would come out and ask how the food is. I thought that was just so cool. Same thing with Gladys's. Same thing with Gladys's. She'd come out. You don't expect to see the person that owns the restaurant come out. You don't expect to see them, but yeah, Gladys would come out. Isola would come out, how's the food, baby? Like, Miss Isola, it's delicious, Miss Isola. Thank you. All right now, just checking. I'm like, I was starstruck. I don't care what nobody said, It'd be a room full of celebrities, and Isola would come out, and she would be the celebrity right there. Yep. She would come out and she would steal the show. She was the celebrity up in there. Yeah. Jimmy's is healthier than Al's fries. Al fries their Polishes. I know. Yeah, Jimmy steams theirs. Yeah. Yeah. But yep, talk about good food back in the days. And all those places are closed. All of them. It's the end of an era, ladies and gentlemen. I remember the last time I ate in Army and Lou's. I was with what is it? Leon Triplet. That's who I was with. Yep. Yep, I was with him and we were eating. And after that they closed down. Well, not immediately after we left, but yeah. But those were the days of the great restaurants. Isola's, Gladys's, Soul Queen, you name it. Queen of the Sea, all closed. Queen of the Sea is what? It's Checkers now. We would get there just in time before they changed the menu. They would still have, the food out, the chicken and the ribs and all that stuff. Then around 6 o'clock, they would switch over to breakfast. So they would put the breakfast buffet out. Mm-mm. Mm. What else can I say? But it was, like I said, it's the end of an era. But the food was good back then. And most of the time we would be leaving the club, you know, whatever time the club closed. And that was it. And we would go eat. Yep. Talk about good eating back in the day. Nigella said we went the week before they closed. Queen of the Sea wasn't good. Okay. I told you. I told you, Captain, I don't do phones. I'm old school. I'd rather see you in person. But the times that you call me, I'm like, when did he call? Oh, 4 o'clock in the morning. Mm-mm. And that's just it. When I'm on the air, my phone is on silent. It's only three numbers that can come through because those numbers are, have a star behind them. Three people. But I'm gonna have to put a star behind your name because, you know, Between you and Chuck Arrington, you all stay up all night. Oh, and Marshall Thompson. You all stay up all times of the night. I can look down at my phone and it's like 4 missed calls, and it'll be from Marshall Thompson. What does a 70-year-old man have to do at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning? But sleep. No, he's up. Hey, everybody! It's the Godfather of the vocal groups, and I can't wait to get back on the road. We've been off for a whole year because of this Corona thing, and we better be safe than sorry. And this, I'm like, Uncle Marshall, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. He don't care. He don't care. But the times of the mornings you guys are calling me, I'm like, I'm knocked out. I'm just knocked out. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling me. Don't get it twisted. It's not that I don't appreciate it, but it's like, call me during the day. When you all are asleep, I'm up, and vice versa. So that's it. That be it. But I thank you guys. I really do. Don't get me wrong. We're gonna talk one day. It's gonna be that rare day that you call when I'm up after noon, after 12 o'clock, and then I'll be able to answer and talk to you. Because people, if anybody calls me before 12 o'clock, I might say anything to get back to bed. I might say anything to you. I'm just saying. I might say anything to you just to go back to sleep. And don't get me wrong, I love you guys. I really do. But it's something about that sleep. I'm like knocked out. When I get off work at 6 o'clock in the morning, I head straight home. I wake up. When I wake up, it's like, I'm like, man, and I don't get that much sleep. It might be like 4 or 5 hours, and that's it. Where the average person is supposed to get at least 8 hours of sleep. I can pretty much navigate off of 4 or 5 hours, because you all are not gonna let me sleep 8 hours. You're just not. Especially that Uncle Marshall at 6 o'clock in the morning. I love him to death. Don't know what I would do without him. If he would have dropped dead today, I would be lost. Because all my parents are gone. Some of my friends are gone. I don't have nobody else to talk to but Uncle Marshall. Both Herb and Richard are gone. So it's just Uncle Marshall and Gene Chandler. And Gene don't like to talk on the phone either. He's like me. He don't want to talk on the phone. He's like, man, why don't I just swing by there and come get you? Okay. I'd love to ride in your Beamer, Mr. Chandler, sir. Yes, I would. Oh yeah. You know. In the warehouse. Good Lord. Yep. Mm-mm. we would leave. What was that place? It wasn't a warehouse. Good night, Pastor Handy. I won't be in church on Sunday. I neglected to send that text out, but yeah, I won't be in church. I have to, got to work. Got to work on Sunday, so I won't be there. And just letting you know, I won't be in church on Sunday. I got to work. Got to make the donuts that day. Yeah. You should call me after noon, after 12 o'clock noon, Central Standard Time, after noon. Hey, Lolita. Yeah. What three people stays up late besides the iconic Marshall Thompson? The other two, Sheila, are Captain Sky, Daryl Cameron, and Chuck Arrington. Those are the three people that are up all times of the night, morning, all of that stuff. Yep. Uncle Al is asleep, sleeping well sleeping. Yep. I need my beauty rest so I can keep fooling people into thinking that I'm not 60 years old. Just letting you know. Be right back. Damn. He's back. All right, what are you guys saying? Lolita, hey. Glad you like the new cuts. Now play one. Oh, that's where we're going with this. Okay. I'm like, Mr. Cameron would like us to play some of his music. I knew there was a method to his madness. I know he just wasn't saying hello to the people who love him and who have supported him all these years. He just wants to get his music played. And this is the place to come to when you want your music played. Yeah. You know, because that's what we do here. She's a Capricorn like me, Sheila. Wrapping up foreplay. Mr. Will Downing, that one, of course, with Rochelle Farrell. Nothing has ever felt like this. A song that used to bring me to tears because there was this young lady who introduced me to the song. And I just thought, this is a beautiful song. And at the time, I was very smitten with her. So, the words were just perfect. They were just perfect at the time. To Dr. Al Greer, this is Bedtime Stories. I got one more Will Downing and Gerald Albright song to play. But I'm going to wait to play that one. And I'm going to play this one instead. This is Bedtime Stories. Bedtime Stories. I know you do. I know you do. Whose other station can you call and get your songs played right away? I'll wait while you answer that. Okay. None of the other ones can. Yep. But Sheila, to answer your question, she's a Capricorn. She's a January Capricorn. Yep. Yep. She's 1272. Yep. 2 Capricorns. Yes. Yep. 2 Capricorns. Yes, we are. Two peas in a pod. No, but I mean, seriously, what other station can you call? And like I said, once again, I give you a chance to answer that. None of them. None of them. Send the link for WOSD to your new phone. Okay. Yep, Nigel is a Capricorn too. January 9th, another Capricorn. Another Cap. $12.27. I'm $12.23. Planet, yeah. Would you say someplace warm? I know that's right. That's right. December and January Capricorns. Well, my mom was a Capricorn. January 10th. Yep. Yep. January Capricorns. January Capricorns are different than December Capricorns for some strange reason. I don't know, but yeah, they just are. They're different. They're really different. You know, both born leaders. You know, both take over. You know, they're take charge type people. So oh yeah, yeah, that's still on, Ken. You know, for us to go down to Memphis to the Stax Museum. Yep, that's still on. Now, what other station can a celebrity call in and say, "I want to hear my song. Please play my song," or in some cases, "Play my song"? Nowhere else do I know that you can call in and get your song played. And I just made this CD, man. I need you to play my music. Okay. And there it is. That is Captain Sky. And I want to praise your name, which originally was I want to know your name. And great song. I gotta say that. I gotta, and I normally don't say that about every song that I get. Um, everybody's song isn't great. Wait a minute, what am I typing here? Yeah, everybody's song isn't great, but and I've never taken any money to play a bad song. So there you go. It's a good song, and he's a good guy and everything. Let me see. Wait a minute. How about I just do this? Yeah, I'm typing something right now. Maybe I'll just type in his name. Maybe he'll call me. You can tell this is live radio. And what's this other guy's name? Errol Grant. No, that's not his name. Hold on. Bear with me, people. I'm typing here. Daryl Grant. That's another guy. I know him. Daryl Grant. Maybe if I spell his name right, maybe that'll come up. You know. Maybe he'll call me. I'm talking about Earl Young. For those of you who don't know who Earl Young is, Earl is, how can I put it? Drummer extraordinaire. He's been on every song that the Sound of Philadelphia has ever made. As far back as, what's the name of the group? As far back as Archie Bell and the Drells, even further back. Remember the song The Horse by Cliff Nobles and Company? He played on that song too. And recently I received a song from him. It's called Don't Underestimate the Power of Love. And here it is right now. Oh, Grant. Don't underestimate the power of love, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Al Greer. Like I was saying about him, he's just, you know, he's the reason that we have house music, because he was the beat of house music. So I have yet to meet him. I'm looking forward to meeting him one day. And if they ever have a movie, I want to play him in the movie. I want to play him in the movie. See if I can copy this. No, I can't copy that. Late summer, yes. Yes. No buffering. We're good. Earl Young created the 4-on-the-floor bass drum pattern. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I have tried to imitate his drum strokes. I'm not a drummer by trade. Actually, I play bass. But his drumming was something of you know, of legends. Like I said, he played on everything. Cliff Nobles and Company. The Horse by Cliff Nobles and Company. I Just Can't Stop Dancing by Archie Bell and the Drells. United by the Intruders. Slow Drag by the Intruders. I'll Always Love My Mama by the Intruders. Everything that the OJs made, everything that Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes did. Teddy Pendergrass, he played on all of those, you know. And like I said, one of these days I'm gonna get a chance to meet him. But he is one of the best drummers out there. At 84 years old, he can still play. You know, he still keeps the beat at 84 years old. And I made a comment to the lady that holds down the B-sides page. I said, if you ever listen to his songs, the beat is the same way all the way through, from the beginning to the end. He never loses the beat. It never gets faster than it was when it started. If anything, it slows down. And that's on one song, Is There a Place for Me by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. You know, that song wasn't meant to be fast anyway. So, you know, he holds back on it. But, you know, you kind of have to be a musician to understand what I'm saying. So, but he's just one of the best. Yeah, Disco Inferno. The tempo of Disco Inferno never picks up. It stays from the first note. And it's like this at the end. Just can't stop. When the spark gets hot. It all the way through. There was only one other drummer that was like that. And that was Al Jackson Jr. of Booker T and the MGs. Same beat all the way through. Boom, boom, down, 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 down. Never deviated from the beat. All of Al Green's songs. Doom, down, 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 doom. Down, 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 pop, down, 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 boom. Never deviate, never got fast like towards the end. It's always in the pocket. And that's how you can tell some of the best drummers. The beat never fluctuates. It's always the same. You know. Human Metronome, that's Earl. And the other one was Al Jackson. Two of the best in the business ever. Every time I hear that song, it just gives me chills. It's probably one of the best arrangements that Gene Page has ever done. Gene Page, of course, did all the arrangements for Barry White's songs. And, I mean, the strings in there are just beautiful. Violins, cellos, double bass, French horns, everything. Gene Page was one of the best. Another one, of course, Tom Bell. His arrangements for all the Delphonic songs just sounded like symphonies. You know, they all sounded like they should have been they could have been classical music, but with singers. Case in point, let me play the song. Let's see, Delphonics. Dun, 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 dun. What is the name of that song? I'll tell you what. I'll just play this one, and then you'll understand what I'm saying. Um, that's not the one I want to play. Oh well, anyone will do because all of them are great. Here's the first of two in a row from the Delphonics. Didn't I blow your mind this time on Bedtime Stories? The Harris Machine? Come on now. Stop playing. He was the other one. It was it was Tom, it was Leon, it was Norman. Norman, Tom, Leon Huff. You know, the combination of Kenny, Leon, and Tom Bell, that was the Mighty Three right there. That was the Mighty Three. You know, another one is Jack Faith. Of course, he went unsung. Jack Faith was a good arranger as well. And if we go back even further, Paul Reiser, who wrote all of the arrangements for the Temptations. I mean, just beautiful string arrangements. As a matter of fact, on the song My Girl, and Otis said this himself. He's like, I didn't like the song until I heard the whole thing put together. It just sounded corny. I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I got the month of May. He thought it was corny until he heard the string arrangement. He said, when he heard, and he said it, he said, zoom, dun, 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 dun. He said, when he heard that, he was like, oh, I get it now. I get it. From the beginning where, the great James Jamerson starts it out, boom, 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 boom. That's got to be the most famous bass lines in music, period. Boom, 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 boom. And then Ronnie White comes in with boom. It don't get no better than that. It don't get no better than that. Yeah, but Sheila Forrest says, I remember the New Kids on the Block did a remake of the Delphonics. Did not blow your mind this time. Said your little sisters were just singing that song. And it goes to show you, Sheila, that good music never dies. These millennials could learn a lot from listening to our music. And that's just it. It's songs you can sing along with. It ain't that turn me up on my mic, turn me up in the headphones. It's not that kind of stuff. It's real music. It's real, like Prince. I was watching a video of Prince, and he just let his band play, and he walked out in front of them, and he turned around. He said, "Real music played by real musicians." I was like, "You got that right, boy. You got that right." He said, "Real music played by real musicians." And he left it at that. In other words, y'all ain't doing nothing but sampling our music, our old school music. Um, Missy had a hit right out of the box with "I Can't Stand the Rain" by Ann Peoples. She had a hit right out the box. She had to go back to the classics to come out with a hit. Ken, Ken said he misses you. In the words of Prince Rogers Nelson, real music played by real musicians. The Delphonics, "Break Your Promise." In front of them, of course, the great Tom Bell, who wrote all of their arrangements, co-wrote some of the songs. And what can you say about Tom Bell? For those of you who don't know Tom Bell, he and Linda Creed wrote some of the best songs ever. She was the lyricist. He was you know, the musician on everything. And he came along with these beautiful songs. For a long time, they gave him, he was so good, they gave him a list of people to work with. He said, you can work with any artist you want to. And he pointed on the list. He said, how about these guys? They're like the Spinners. What you want? Hey, Earl Young, I see you, brother. I should say Uncle Brother. They said, you want to work with the Spinners? It's like they just got let go over at Motown, but you want to work with them? Okay. And the rest, as they say, is history. Tom Bell, Linda Creed, and a host of other songwriters in the Philadelphia International stable. This is "He'll Never Love You Like I Do" from the Spinners on Bedtime Stories. So you think your mind's made up? He sold you up with love good. He's everything to fall for his lies that you would. Girl, there's nothing he can't afford. It's the 1-2 punch of Felipe and Bobby Smith. I can give you more. He don't love you. He can't love you. He'll never love you, baby, like I do. Yeah. Excite you. Expensive first want you through and through. But all of these put together never thrill you as much as I'll do. Had to throw my name in there. Put your name up in lights. Yep, Sheila can't see our comments, but she can hear me. So Ken, Sheila, we miss you over on the other side, but we're glad to have you on YouTube. See, she can still watch me on YouTube because I'm using StreamYard to of course broadcast on different platforms. So I'm both on Facebook Live, StreamYard, as well as FB. I'm sorry, YouTube. It rings. Never love you. Social rating ain't nothing. Ooh, one of these days, I'm gonna get to interview Earl Young, and that's gonna be it. All my other interviews will go out the window. I tell you. Sheila said, "I promised never to talk about the former president of the United States ever again." I heard that, but that's what happened. She made a comment about Mr. Trump, and she got dumped. So now, if she made that statement now, it wouldn't have been a big deal. Yeah, now it's like you can say anything about him now. Yeah, but don't try it. I don't think people are ready to let go yet. And by me meaning let go, they're not ready to admit defeat. You know, he's still saying the same thing. He's still saying that he believes that the election was stolen from him. I'm like, no, brother. No, my brother. Nothing was stolen from you. You were voted out. It's just that simple. You were voted out. And he can't seem to grasp the idea that he was voted out. You know, how could Joe Biden beat me? Because he won the election? Somebody posted on Facebook and said, here's the secret on how Joe Biden won the election. Click on here to click on the link. And it simply said he had more votes. That was it. It was funny. It's like, this is how Joe Biden stole the election. He had more votes. Just that simple. You got voted out. You are a one-term president. Bush, Obama, even Clinton You know, Jimmy Carter, the four remaining standing presidents. You know, you lost. No other way to put it. You lost, and that's it. And he's still going around telling people, that the election was stolen. Exactly. Sore losers. Exactly, Sheila. Sore loser. And that's it. That's the end. That's how he won the election. He got more votes. You know. Thank you, Ken. Smile. We have each other. Smile. That's going to do it for your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for staying up with us with bedtime stories right here on WOSDradio.com, BiggsRadio.com, and WorldVibeRadio.com. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Ken Wadlington, I appreciate you as always. Angie Martin Turner, my sister, I love you. Daryl Cameron, Daryl Owens, my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for staying with me. Preston Shanks, thank you. Marquita Spears, she was on my live earlier. Jovan Curry, that's my niece. Kedrick Maybon, Angela Maria, Tony Bosley, the great Earl the Pearl Young, Brother Fahim, DJ Coach, Janine, Lawrence, Tamika, thank you so much for staying up with me. I appreciate it. And for all of our affiliates for hanging with me for 2 minutes after the time I was supposed to go off the air. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night to my daughter Brianna and also to Miss Delicious, her mama. Bye, y'all, and God bless. Thank you, everybody. Once again, I appreciate you all. I love you guys, and God bless. Please stay safe, all right? Stay safe, stay blessed, stay sober, like Pastor Deb says every Sunday. Yep. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget the B-sides at midnight. Tonight, we feature the music of the main ingredient, who took their name from a bottle of pop. That's Coke, to be exact. All right. Good night, y'all. And once again, please remain safe. And duck and cover tomorrow. All right. All right, y'all. Peace out. Sheila Forrest, I appreciate you. Daryl Cameron, I'll talk to you after 12 o'clock tomorrow. Not 12 o'clock now, but noon. By that time, I'll be at work. I would have been up, had coffee, and all that good stuff. And I didn't fall asleep tonight. How about that? Check me out on Bedtime Stories. I'm sorry, the B-sides on WVON in about 5 more minutes. All right. Good night, y'all. Appreciate you. Peace out.